Greetings and welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast. In this podcast, we'll dive deep into reparenting, exploring all of the tools and resources that you'll need to help you along your journey. This podcast is divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading. The second is a discussion of the reading followed by suggested journal prompts. And the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us today. I'm so glad that you're here as we continue on this journey of self-expansion and growth. If this is your first time, welcome. Before we dive in, a quick reminder. Like, share, and subscribe to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Your support here helps spread the word and grow this community of self-reparenting. Now for a few updates. First, I'm excited to introduce our Patreon community, where for a small monthly fee, you can join us for 3 weekly reparenting support meetings. Sundays, we have a guided meditation for emotional grounding. On Tuesdays, we have a book club discussion for deeper discussions and growth. And on Thursdays, we have open topic conversations for real-time support on any topics that may come up. You can find all of the details about what's included in this community by going to the Reparenting Daily website and checking out the community tab. In addition, we now have a WhatsApp support group, a global network of fellow travelers available anytime you need encouragement, guidance, or simple connection. This is just one of the many ways we're building a strong, supportive space for your reparenting journey. The next announcement is that I've just released my first few books. The first is the Reparenting Daily Journal, a structured 365-day guide to help you work through reparenting day by day. Starting in 2025, each month focuses on a key theme with weekly sub-themes. The Reparenting Daily podcast episodes align with the journal, making it an interactive and immersive experience to help you stay focused and ensure real progress this year. Now for the next announcement, I'm thrilled to introduce Fairy Tales for Reparenting Daily, a collection of 3 books inspired by Jungian analysis, mythology, philosophy, psychology, and most importantly, the work of Marie-Louise von Franz. These short, simple stories are designed to help you reconnect with your inner child and experience healing through storytelling. What makes these books unique? Well, at the end of each story, there's a deep dive analysis exploring its themes, explored by journal prompts to help you reflect on how these lessons relate to your personal journey. All of these books are now available on Amazon, so go ahead and take a look and support this project. Reparenting is a journey of growth, iterative change, and continuous improvement. Much like nurturing the bonsai tree, it requires patience, care, consistency, and attention. Thanks for being here and supporting this work, and for committing on your journey of self-expansion. Now, without further ado, let's dive into today's practice. Today's reading is The Discourses by Epictetus, Chapter 1. Just as a reminder, we're in April. The theme is developing structure and discipline. We're in week 3, April 15th until the 21st, and the theme for this week is developing discipline. We're going to be looking at the Discourses by Epictetus, Chapter 1. This section is called Of the Things Which Are in Our Power and Not in Our Power. Of all the faculties, except this what I will soon mention, you will find not one which is capable of contemplating itself, and, consequently, not capable either of approving or disapproving. How far does the grammatic art possess the contemplating power? As far as forming a judgment about what is written and spoken. And how far music? How far as judging about melody? Does either of them then contemplate itself? By no means. But when you must write something to your friend, grammar will tell you what word you should use. But whether you should write or not, grammar will not tell you. And so it is with music as to musical sounds. But whether you should sing at the present time and play the lute, or do neither, music will tell you not. What faculty then will tell you? That which contemplates both itself and all other things. And what is this faculty? The rational faculty. For this is the only faculty that we have received which examines itself, what is, and what power it has, and what is the value of this gift, and examines all other faculties. For what else is there which tells us that golden things are beautiful? For they do not say so themselves. Evidently, it is faculty which is capable of judging appearances. What else judges of music, grammar, and the other faculties, proves their use, and points out the occasion for using them? Nothing else. As then it was fit to be so. That which is best of all supreme over all is that only thing which the gods have placed in our power, the right use of appearances. But all other things, they have been placed in our power. Was it because they didn't choose? I indeed think if they had been able, they would have put these other things also in our power. But they certainly could not. For as we exist on earth, and we are bound to such body and to such contemplations, how was it possible for us not to be hindered as to these things by externals? But what says Zeus? Epictetus, if it were not possible, I would have made both your little boy and your little property free, and not exposed to hindrance. But now be not ignorant of this. This body is not yours. It is a clay finely tempered. And since I was not able to do for you what I have mentioned, I have given you a small portion of us, this faculty of pursuing an object and avoiding it, and the faculty of desire and aversion, and, in a word, the faculty of using the appearances of things. And if you will take care of this faculty and consider it your only possession, you will never be hindered, never met with impediments. You will not lament, you will not blame, you will not flatter any person. But do these seem to you small matters? I hope not. Be content with them then, and pray to the gods. But now, when it is in our power to look at one thing, and to attach ourselves to it, we prefer to look after many things, and to be bound to many things, and the body, and to property, and to brother, and to friend, and to child, and to slave. Since then we are bound to many things, we are depressed by them and dragged down. For this reason, when the weather is not fit for sailing, we sit down and torment ourselves, and continually look out to see what wind is blowing. It is north. What is that to us? When will the west wind blow? When it shall choose, my good man, or when it shall please us, Olas. For God has not made you the manager of the winds, but Alus. What then? We must make the best use that we can of the things which are in our power, and use the rest according to their nature. What is their nature then? As God may please. Thank you, and that's the reading for today. Welcome back, welcome back. This foundational passage from Epictetus' The Discourses, chapter 1, of the things which are in our power and not in our power, is a perfect reflection for April's theme, developing structure and discipline, as well as this week's continued focus on internal alignment and responsible self-direction. Epictetus emphasizes that the only true freedom we possess lies in our rational faculty, our ability to judge, reflect, and choose our responses to appearances and events. This is the bedrock of discipline, choosing what is ours to shape and releasing what is not. Structure is not just about external order, it's about internal clarity and knowing what is within your command. From this clarity comes the ability to build a calm, focused, and principle-driven life regardless of outer chaos. From a refathering standpoint, this lesson is both liberating and deeply healing. Many of us were raised in environments where we were blamed for things outside of our controls, or we grew up in survival mode, trying to control everything just to feel safe. Epictetus gently reminds us that true self leadership, true reparenting, is not about controlling the world, but about governing our own minds. We are not in charge of the wind, the weather, or others' choices, but we are in charge of our perspective, our values, and how we show up each day. To reparent ourselves in this way is to finally step into a mature spiritual sovereignty, to guide ourselves with dignity and restraint and trust in a deeper order. As we move on to the journal prompts today, number one, what are three things I've been trying to control that are actually outside my power? Number two, what would it look like to take full responsibility for the use of my rational faculty, my perspective, judgment, and choices? If I parented myself from this place of clarity, what kind of structure would I create to help me stay focused on what's truly mine to manage? That's it for today. As always, thanks for being here. Take care of yourself, and please do be well. Welcome back. Welcome back. Now, this is the third and final section of the daily podcast. This is your silent meditation. Please go ahead and find a space where you can be comfortable and undisturbed, where you can relax and spend some time with yourself for this 10-minute silent meditation. You can choose to be sitting, standing, lying down, or in whatever position makes you comfortable today. Take a moment to simply be with yourself. Focus on your breath and gently connect with each part of your body. If thoughts arise, don't let them overwhelm you. Just observe them without attachment. Imagine them as leaves drifting down atop a river, passing by without needing your engagement. Stay present, grounded, and open to this moment, no matter what time you are listening and practicing this meditation. Namaste.